Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we break down how the gaming industry works so you can make smarter choices about your favorite games. Today, we are taking a deep dive into how free-to-play games encourage players to make in-game purchases and how these strategies shape your experience. To keep things real, we will use eFootball as our main example. This game has mastered the art of keeping players engaged while offering plenty of ways to upgrade their experience through optional purchases. So, whether you are a dedicated free-to-play player or someone who enjoys unlocking premium content, let's take a closer look at the techniques that make in-game purchases so tempting. Alright, let's get started. First, eye-catching promos with limited time offers. One of the first things you'll notice when logging into eFootball is a large, visually striking promotion, such as this, on your first screen. And once you click past it, after collecting your login bonuses, you will see banners and animation showcasing the latest player packs and promotions. Here's where psychology comes into play. Repeated exposure. New promos are introduced every Monday and Thursday, and since you are likely logging in frequently, you will see these offers multiple times a week. The more often you see something, the more familiar and desirable it becomes. Short window for decision making. Each promotion typically lasts for just 1 week before a new batch of players is introduced. This means you have a limited time to decide whether you want to acquire a player before they disappear. This combination of visual appeal, limited time availability, and frequent exposure makes it easy to get drawn into the idea of making a purchase, especially if there's a player you really want for your squad. Next, UI design highlighting paid options first. A well-designed game interface doesn't just help players navigate menus, it can also guide their decisions. In eFootball, you regularly receive free rewards, such as player spins that allow you to unlock decent players without spending money. However, the way these spins are presented is intentional. On this screen, you can see that I have several notifications, one on the top right hand corner and two in the contract button. These notifications indicate that I have spins waiting for me. Now, when you go to claim your free spin, the game first presents premium spins, which requires in-game currency purchase with real money. This means that before you access your free reward, you are exposed to the latest premium player packs, showcasing elite footballers who are not available through free spins. And note that you have to scroll towards the end in order to claim your free spins. Placement of these options encourages players to consider a purchase before claiming their free rewards. This strategy is similar to retail store layouts, where new full-price items are placed at the front of the store while the discounted items are at the back. By increasing exposure to premium content, developers create opportunities for players to consider making a purchase before collecting their free rewards. The third example, matchmaking that highlights the benefits of premium players. Since eFootball is primarily an online multiplayer game, your experience is shaped by how your team stacks up against others. Unlike single-player games where you progress at your own pace, here you are constantly measuring yourself against real opponents, many of whom have invested in premium players. Even if you are completely happy with your free-to-play squad, you can't ignore the presence of high-rated players in online matches. You will frequently come across teams that feature elite footballers who are only available through in-game purchases, such as these. Here's where the psychology comes in. Seeing top-tier players in action. If your opponent has premium superstars and they score hat-tricks against you, it is hard not to notice their impact. You might start wondering how different your team will feel with a player of that caliber. The competitive mindset kicks in. If you are losing games against squads full of premium players, it can feel like an uphill battle. Even if you are skilled, having a few high-rated players could make a difference, and that's when the thought of making a purchase becomes more appealing. Reinforcement through repeated exposure. The more often you face these top-tier players, the more familiar and desirable they become. That said, This isn't necessarily a bad thing. It simply gives players options. Some will enjoy the challenge of competing with a free squad, while others might decide that upgrading their team is worth the investment. The fourth example, leaderboards and game plan insights. Competitive players love leaderboards, and eFootball makes sure you can see the top ranked players in your region and platform. But beyond just ranking, the game lets you view the team compositions of these top players. Most of them have squads stacked with high-rated footballers that were obtained through in-game purchase. But beyond just ranking, the game lets you view the team compositions of these top players. Most of them have squads stacked with high-rated players that were obtained through in-game purchases. This sends a clear message. If you want to compete at the highest level, premium players can help. Seeing elite teams in action makes premium purchase feel like an investment rather than just a cosmetic upgrade. For players who aspire to climb the rankings, this social proof can be a strong motivator to spend. The fifth example, co-op mode, a chance to try premium players. One of the coolest features in eFootball is co-op mode, where you team up with other players. If your teammate has premium players in their squad, you get to use them during the match, giving you a chance to experience their performance without making a purchase. This can be a great way to test out different players and decide whether they will be a good fit for your team.
We are glad to inform you that today's match day
6. Limited time loan players in My League. Another interesting feature is loan players in My League mode. Every few weeks, the game offers certain high-rated players for a short-term loan where you can use them for 10 matches. This gives players a chance to see how these superstars perform in their squad. And if they make a big impact, some players might decide they want to add similar high-rated players to their team permanently. It's a fair approach that allows players to test premium content first before making a decision. And there you have it, 6 ways free-to-play games encourage in-game purchases. These strategies are not unique to eFootball. Most free-to-play games use similar approaches to keep players engaged and offer them opportunities to enhance their experience. What do you think? Have you ever made an in-game purchase because of one of these mechanics? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.